hyper-local audience in Montgomery County? Lone Star Community Radio sponsorships accomplish this. Want to see our stats and rates? Check out irlonestar.com/sponsor for more information. Or call in and leave us a message at 936-647-3776.
So hours to spend with you. So go and powder your cute little pussycat nose. Pussycat, pussycat, I love you. Yes, I do.
All right. Good morning, Montgomery County. Mornings Lone Star, irlonestar.com, and Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1. Broadcasting live from the Lone Star Community Radio Studios in downtown Conroe, Texas. Mornings Lone Star here with Dick and Skippy. Zero guests today, so it's just going to be us till 11 o'clock. Feel free to chime in at any time on our Facebook Live, YouTube Live, or just send us a message via Instagram, Twitter, or email, mwls@irlonestar.com. Yeah, we're hanging out in the studio. Sean, good to see you.
Good morning, Dick. Welcome back.
Yeah, got a lot done yesterday. I know y'all are making fun of me about not moving because it was raining, but it was the weirdest scenario because we go to the storage facility, it stops raining. We'd move everything into the trailers and all that stuff, and then it started raining. But then it rained, and the greatest thing was it rained just enough for us to put the tarps on, and then it stopped raining. And then when we get to the house, it started raining. And then by the time we got everything into the house, it stopped raining, and it was off and on. And hopefully nothing got ruined. We really didn't get it hit hard at all until we went to the Waffle House.
It's a sign. You should have sent out decoys.
So it was actually, it was really funny how often it rained off and on, and then it didn't rain and then it did. But yeah, and I listened to about 40 minutes of the show in my car, going to and fro. And we had the Conroe Cutthroats in yesterday.
We did indeed. That was a blast. You missed a good one on that one. And also we had Jamie Mesh.
I didn't hear is their commercial says men and women. So men can't participate in the game.
Correct.
But they can be cheerleaders.
They can be cheerleaders. They can be, coaching staff, support staff.
Because I know a couple of the ladies that do it. And I don't know, you ever seen a roller derby game?
I don't think I've ever seen one live and up close.
It's one of those cricket kind of games where a game like cricket where you have to see it to really start understanding how the how they score points and things like that. Because
I don't know, with cricket you can watch it and you still not get it.
Well, what's funny about roller derby, when I watched it, it was like random acts of violence. But then when you started watching, that's why they can hit that person. Because it isn't just like a full free-for-all brawl where they're just punching each other.
Not rollerball.
So, because that kind of confuses you. You're watching that person just got an elbow. But why do they do it to random people? But there's only certain people you can hit and certain people you can prevent.
I had just in my mind put it there that roller derby was very much akin to American wrestling, WWE wrestling, not Greco-Roman wrestling. But no, it is way more, I don't want to say real, serious.
Well, it's more of a point system.
Yeah.
And then I would almost say it's similar to hockey where there's a strategy and there is a point to going around in a circle and there's a point to hit people.
Mm-hmm.
But
shout out to the ladies who showed up. They were just having a blast in here too. We had a great time.
And who else did you have in?
We had Jamie Mesh. She is with Comforts of Home and had a luncheon yesterday. A crisis assistance center every month is going to have a luncheon designed to help seniors that that Comforts of Home will be putting on. So they'll bring in experts. Like yesterday, I think they had a financial advisor who specialized in senior retirement financial planning. But there will be, I think next month is going to be like a Medicare specialist.
Well, they have all spectrum of services.
Oh, absolutely.
So.
With CAC does, but also with this particular luncheon, they the food was Fishtails provided the food, and missed that one. But family members can go too to those things. So if you go to Crisis Assistance Center, you can look them up on Google or Facebook and sign up for the next one. Kind of short notice for yesterday's luncheon, but they'll have one again in just a few weeks.
Okay, good deal.
Yep.
Well, let's do some traffic and weather real quick for
Cool.
our listeners. What's the weather report right now? Do you
Weather,
got that?
yeah, we do. It's 78 degrees, going to go up to 91. We're going to break back in the 90s today. I don't know. I think we're going to get close to the 90s. I think we're going to have around 89. That's my bet. Fortunately, cloudy all day, no rain. So Skippy's coming off the ledge with the rain. I have not slept for 3 nights.
Holly's family's from Beaumont and Port Arthur and places like that were getting hit pretty hard.
Yeah,
they're
Port
flooding.
Arthur. Yeah,
they're. I mean, talk about real people who have real issues, Sean. Okay,
I know, and I fortunately I'm self-aware enough to know that this is like 100%. I gotta say PTSD, but just kind of flashbacks. And yesterday, the height of the rain, my backyard, which is very uneven, there was some standing water. I'm like, okay, here we go. And I realized, of course not. It was nowhere near what it could have been. So, but with today's forecast, I'm feeling better. Humidity is at 100%. Believe it or not, only a 10% chance of rain, and the slight breeze coming out of the southeast, according to the Lone Star weather tree outside. That's weather. How's the traffic?
Traffic is A-OK. Looking around the Montgomery County area, east to west, north to south, I'm not seeing any accidents or incidences. If you're doing long-term travel, like to Houston, the only thing I'm seeing is right there after the 610 loop. If you're going north, you're pretty much good all the way past Centerville. East to west, College Station, everything is looking good over there. On the east side, Cleveland, over there in that area, everything's looking good. So 0 accidents or incidences, which is nice.
Very nice.
Let's get to the program.
There we go.
So just so listener asked about the yesterday's show, it's available on Facebook.
Yeah,
so I want to make sure people know that.
Yeah, it is available on Facebook. We will be podcasting it, right? Nope, no, we won't be podcasting it, but it's on Facebook. There you go. So you can watch it on that.
There you go.
There you go. Yeah, Rick was pushing buttons at random, got us on Facebook, but couldn't get us on YouTube. So if you missed it, great show. Seriously, just the half hour alone we spent with the ladies from the Conroe Cutthroats.
And don't miss Rick today.
Don't miss Rick this afternoon.
3 p.m. music, all like from 3 to 7. Afternoons Lone Star. Special shout out to him. I noticed that he kept playing his commercials. I like that a lot, Rick. You make it work. I like it. You take the time it's given to you.
That's right. Well, I do the same thing every time I go on Afternoons with Lone Star. Say, whoa, it's so different than Mornings with Lone Star with Dick and Skippy starting at 9 o'clock.
Well, what I've learned from his tactics is you just need to make like 10 promos. So it sounds a little bit different, but it's the same promo every night. Like you're promoting the same thing. So we can just play it 6 times during the break.
There we go. Well, let's make our own promos and slip them into the other shows, see if they notice.
That's great. But yeah, so let's get down to the show. Let's talk about current news events and things like that. If you're a listener and you want to participate, you know what to do. And if you want us to talk about a topic or anything interesting you want to point out, we're on Facebook Live and YouTube Live. And then on top of that, we're available via email and all that good stuff. So, all right, let's go into it. Do you have anything you want to talk about right now? Anything
like this very particular moment?
Well, because like I know the illegal immigration thing is like it's getting crazy, and I know Trump signed an executive order yesterday. But the more and more you learn about this kind of stuff, it's crazy.
It is. There are no single answers to this because when someone raises a simple comparison question, the answer is, it's not that simple an answer.
I wonder what other countries do.
We have the most lax immigration.
Well, no, I meant more of like if you take this specific situation, what do other countries do? Because they don't let you in, or if they do let you in, it's a flood, and that's where the economy starts tanking. Italy, Greece. Well, I meant like say I take my son over with me, what happens? And I get caught. If I'm going,
you mean like as of right now?
Let's say if I'm sneaking into Russia. What happens?
Well, first off, no one sneaks into Russia.
Well, you never know. There's got to be one case.
Okay, I will give you that. Severe punishments. I can actually probably look up the laws, the immigration laws, but I guarantee you they'll be separated. I wonder what it is.
Let's look it up.
So the timing of this, I have an issue with the selective moral outrage of those who are just now discovering this until they want to blame the current administration. When this administration absolutely has instituted a zero tolerance policy, and one of the things I'm not a fan of is hypocrisy. And I myself am not a fan of zero tolerance policies for anything that way dragons lie. Typically, zero tolerance is a left-leaning, like a kid chews a Pop-Tart in the shape of a gun, he's suspended or he's expelled in kindergarten because it's zero tolerance. I'm not a fan of zero tolerance. I'm not a fan of the current zero tolerance. I just wanted that out there to say, I see kind of both sides. But what was
what's strange even about that commenting on zero tolerance? I mean, to me, zero tolerance always has the same punishment, which means.
Well, zero tolerance is a non-selective enforcing of the law.
Well, no, but wouldn't that mean the same punishment for every single time?
Yes.
But it sounds like they're not doing that.
But that's the thing. It's enforce the laws until we don't like them, and then we
what they should do is we call Elon and say, "Hey, build a tunnel system so we can just have quick."
I'm telling you, the Mexican cartel, he could save Tesla because they're in a heap load of trouble right now. The Colombian cartel, Mexican cartel will pay him $10 billion to build one of his tunnels.
Yeah.
And
I looked it up, and according to Wikipedia, and they're saying there are currently 4 million illegal immigrants in former Soviet Russia and the Russian Federation. Basically, under legal changes made in 2012, illegal immigrants who are caught will be banned from re-entering the country for 10 years. And then there you go.
But here's the question. What happens when they go back in? Because we have, you're deported and you're banned, but then they come in, deported, banned, come in, deported, banned, come in, deported, banned. And the definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over. And it's not an everyday occurrence, but you do hear the headlines of, sometimes it's an illegal immigrant or so, someone committing a crime and saying, this person was deported 5, 6, 7 times before. Now, this is not just an immigration issue. This is a law issue because you have a drunk wiping out a family and you find out it's his 7th DWI offense. So where I'm not a fan of zero tolerance, I am a fan of an inspired level pursuit of law enforcement. And it's funny because so many memes have been going around with, seeing kids sleeping in cages and Trump. You find out these were from 2014 with the Obama administration. But people, oh no, it's different. It's different because he didn't like it, or it's the zero tolerance. This is nothing new. These policies, families have been separated, and there's not a crime in the universe that the child's not separated from the family, from the parent in the event of a crime. So now if there's a breakdown in law with this executive order, I know what Trump was doing, trying to get the topic back on track. But it's funny because the second the executive order was signed, oh, see, look, he's waffling. He's weak. It's like he did exactly what he wanted.
That's just the standard.
Yeah, it's a standard battle cry.
News cycle.
But
we get it.
So my issue, let's take Republican, Democrat, let's take immigration or illegal immigration, because people are saying, well, these are, people seeking asylum. There are legal recourses to seek asylum. You have to go through checkpoints. You can't just cross the border in general and say, I'm in America, I seek asylum. It doesn't work that way. And families who legally seek asylum are handled differently. And that's number one. Number two, let's take immigration out of it. Again, there's not a crime in the universe where if you take a child into a criminal activity and you're caught, that you're not separated. Number three, I need these numbers backed up, but I did hear from 2 different sources, from like the 12,000 children who have been detained at the border, 10,000 of them were already separated from the parents by being sent with coyotes or God forbid traffickers, not sent with them, but not their own children. So there's discussion of maybe using DNA tests. You have to hold these people to go through you separate the wheat from the chaff. Go who's telling the truth, who is seeking asylum, who's just trying to cross the border. There have to be safeguards, and this has been going for decades. And both Obama and both the Clintons and both sides have said this is a problem.
To me, this is even a greater issue with just the way our society handles children who are in circumstances like this.
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, I was Holly worked at the acute trauma facility. I think that's the correct way to do it, where kids would go there if they had experienced real impactful trauma like a car crash. But she said, it's the craziest thing when I started working there was a lot of the non-incident trauma kids we get, meaning like the family beats them or something like that. And she basically says that the foster care / basically the way the state takes care of kids just isn't working, because there shouldn't be this many kids in the hospital like being abused or anything like that from families. And so to me, it's almost like we need to reevaluate the way we handle kids in a situation that is potentially dangerous, because there's more kids than just illegal kids here too.
Absolutely. And the kids that are legally here, and I love how listener Brett and I sometimes, I think I pick up his psychic vibes, or he picks up mine, because I was about to say something, and he's chimed in himself with, if any American parent exposed his or her children to any activity with mortality rate of illegal border crossings, these children would be immediately removed and everyone would cheer. It's the legal, once again, those who are here legally, the citizens afforded protection under the Constitution for citizens, are treated worse than a non-citizen here illegally. Of course, and that's why victims can't choose the crimes for their perpetrators,
mm-hmm.
because justice has to be blind and balanced, and you can't have a knee-jerk reaction. Well, of course, we don't want to rip kids from parents' arms. No one wants that.
Well, Jason and I from Connor Coffee had I don't know if we talked about this on the air, but we had this kind of funny, we solve the world problems.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing we came up with is basically how we could solve illegal immigration is allow anyone to come into the country, but you get heavier taxes.
So, how are you going to enforce those taxes?
Well, basically, you go through the process of, like, say you want to get in this country. Well, you're considered,
you mean illegally?
Illegally. Say you come in illegally. It's like, oh, you can stay here, but you're going to be here's your issued license. Here's your whatever, your identification. So when you go apply for a job, that employer has to pay more money because of your current status. And then when you get, basically when the IRS comes at you, you have to pay more. And the whole idea is you can stay here as long as you want, but you can also have a path to get citizenship, but it's just going to cost everyone around you more money to take care of you.
Well, like the Little Red Book, it looks good on paper, but we already have that problem where it's just cash deals under the table.
Yeah, but then, there's also, it's going to work itself out.
But we already have laws that are against that. That's what I'm saying. We have taxation, we have laws, and they're not being enforced. So they're being enforced selectively, or you have states actively fighting the federal government.
I'm just looking for an efficient way to get to the next step.
Build a wall. I'm not saying that's the answer, but
I like the Elon Musk,
the tunnel thing.
That thing to me is really funny.
So this is something that is going to eventually hit the Supreme Court. But do you think
basically because we made a comment at the beginning, this is just a news cycle thing? Do you think it's just a news cycle thing?
The timing of this, the day the Inspector General's report came out, this is children ripped from parents.
Yeah.
And
you can say there's coincidences. Then you become a conspiracy theorist.
But here's the thing. You know how many minutes the MSNBC News has spent on the IG's report? None.
Well, I think no one, but we already know no one will pay attention to that until someone gets arrested.
But that's the thing. It's that because
they can't hide that. They can't hide their arrest reports.
McCabe is under suggestion for criminal indictment.
Well, I know that, but if you look
Comey has been,
and then if you watch these things on C-SPAN, I've watched them. To me, it's all political rap. Even the questions these senators ask, it's like, come on, man, this isn't going to go anywhere. You're making it sound like you're doing your job, but nothing's going to come from it. Because that was actually my favorite thing about this IG report. Because I watched a couple of the questions, and basically it says. They're basically going, well, this just doesn't make sense. That's what everyone's concluding. This just doesn't make sense, but they don't want to start prosecuting. You know what I'm talking about? The way they've kind of gathered all the stuff about how much bias there are. It's weird that they keep saying, yeah, there's bias, but at the end of the report, we didn't find any bias.
Yeah, and that uncomfortably echoes what Comey did
but all the senators are just kind of well, this is wrong. It just doesn't make sense. And that's it.
Oh, no, there are some who are going after.
Yeah, but they're not going to do anything.
Oh, no, they will, because this has gotten so insane. It's gotten to the point.
It's almost like everyone in the room is waiting for the one person to do something about it. It's like, are you going to do it?
And someone will.
Are you going to risk your neck?
And it goes both ways. Again, think about the McCarthy hearings. I can't remember who the senator was, but when he finally turned on Joseph McCarthy and said, have you no decency? At long last, that's it. We've listened to this enough. Someone somewhere is going to do this. And with the inspector general on the hot seat right now, with them going, okay, so we have these names, we have these people, we have this quote, and you're still telling us there's no bias. Well, we can't determine that their bias affected their...
Yeah.
But it was stroke.
Nothing's going to happen.
I don't know. I think we're hitting a
I hope so.
Flashpoint.
9:27. We're going to move on from that topic. So if you have any comments on it, you got about 3 minutes to write them in on Facebook, and then we'll move on. You listen to Lone Star Community Radio, irlonestar.com.
So go and make up your big little pussycat.
Conroe Coffee is a local coffee shop located in the heart of downtown Conroe at 206 North Main Street, Conroe, Texas. Conroe Coffee serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner, along with other treats and coffee. For more information regarding store hours and delivery in downtown Conroe, Conroe Coffee is on Facebook or by telephone at 936-266-7632.
We would like to thank Conroe Coffee for being a supporter of Lone Star Community Radio and our morning sponsor with Mornings with Lone Star.
Our talk shows and music shows are looking for sponsors. Want to expand your brand awareness? Reach the hyper-local audience in Montgomery County? Lone Star Community Radio sponsorships accomplish this. Want to see our stats and rates? Check out irlonestar.com/sponsor for more information. Or call in and leave us a message at 936-647-3776 with your questions. Get seen on TV, YouTube, and heard on our podcast, FM, and internet radio. Support your local radio station with Lone Star Community Radio.
Hispanic Chamber Connections with Dr. Carlos Sanchez, President of the Woodlands Conroe Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, featuring event announcements, member highlights, and more. Tuesdays at 1 p.m., broadcasting from the heart of Conroe, Texas on irlonestar.com and Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1.
Business office cleaning is available in the Montgomery County area from Clean Sweep Office Cleaning, with scheduled cleaning services such as floor care, window care, trash collection, restroom disinfection, and stair and elevator cleaning. Clean Sweep can service a business one time or on a regular schedule, with daily, weekly, and monthly options. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning can be found online at cleansweepofficecleaning.com or by calling 832-689-7996. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. Take back your time and let us make your office shine. Mornings with Lone Star is sponsored by Clean Sweep Office Cleaning.
Your cute little pussycat nose. Pussycat, pussycat, I love you. Yes, I do. You and your pussycat nose. What's new, pussycat? Whoa.
All right, welcome back. Mornings Lone Star, 9:30.
I want to be Tom Jones when I grow up. The dude rocked so hard since the 60s. He's like, ladies, man.
Is he like in Vegas or something?
Yeah. He's in Vegas.
Like that's what he's been doing.
Yeah, he's kind of like a Wayne Newton kind of guy, or Robert.
Oh, Wayne
Goulet.
Newton's still there?
Yeah, yeah. You know, when they're not in Vegas, they're touring or doing something, maybe on a USO tour. But
well, I mean, think about being an artist. That's like the easiest way to do your business. Is you don't have to travel. You're just there, and people come to you, and you get the glitz and glamour of Las Vegas every weekend or every.
But not everyone can play Vegas. You know, you can't have Guns N' Roses. I can't.
Well,
see
like
them
for
playing
example, we had a DJ here who was close friends with the family that Mary Sarah, who we play a couple times, and she was on The Voice. And The Voice, what they did instead of doing the tour, they did a thing where they played in Vegas for a year. Mm-hmm. And basically, like the top 10 people who were in The Voice would be like a rotating thing for the whole year. And I'm like, that's pretty smart. You're getting paid steady money, and you're working on your career in one place. Because I imagine that's the hardest thing for a musician is to work on their career while they're traveling all the time. And some artists really write some great stuff on the road, but just I think that's like that's an easy way to do it. if I was Tom Jones and I want to retire
Mhm.
and just go.
No,
live in
Tom
Vegas-
Jones, he was in Mars Attacks
Yeah.
in Vegas.
Yeah.
Or-
Oh, that's right.
Uh-huh.
Let's see where
He
is
had a
right
show
now.
in Vegas. He did this great cover of Kiss, by
Do
Prince.
they do that for stage actors? Is there like a retirement kind of thing, like similar? I don't call it retirement. Sorry. Is there something similar?
Like once your star is faded, so it's something you can do.
Well, like say,
So actors get to go on the Love Boat.
so like, because I know cruises are a big deal
Yeah,
for actors and stuff.
yeah. Especially, I believe even the big ones like the Bernadette Peters of the world and the Kristen Chenoweth of the world, and do actually go on the high end. Some of them go on the high end cruises.
Mhm.
But as far as acting, that instead of Vegas for most stage or screen actors, they basically get the guest spots on Murder, She Wrote or whatever. But there's no.
Because I imagine like that's what everyone kind of gets to the point. What's the most convenient for you as you get older? And as an actor, you live in LA because I I don't know how
Well,
many.
there's an actual
Or if you're-
senior living home for retired movie stars, and it's like really high end for
Really?
those. But
Is that where Mel Brooks lives?
it could be. Well, I think Mel Brooks can still handle it on his own. But these are those who, because of their insurance through SAG, they're able to. This is the home that's available for them.
Well, did you ever see that Cars and Comedians Getting Coffee with Mel Brooks? And
I never
is
saw it, but
Carl-
I've
Carl-
heard about it. Carl Reiner.
Yeah, that episode. I encourage everyone to check it out. It's on Netflix. It's really funny to see them be friends, and literally what they do is they go pick up dinner, and they have their TV trays out, and they watch a movie together. And it's like it's like typical best friends. Just that's what they're doing. And it's really weird. And there's like a great story about about them two with Gladiator, the movie Gladiator.
Oh my lord! Okay, I got to watch it just for that.
Because they keep talking about how great it is and all this. So I was like, that sounds like my dad. But
Did you ever listen to the 2,000-Year-Old Man, the kind of the sketch routine between Carl Reiner and Mel Brooks?
see, I didn't know Mel Brooks really besides the movies he did, not before, and not like the producers too much.
He invented Get Smart.
So that's what I'm saying. Like he has a deep history in comedy, and especially Carl Reiner. I didn't know how deep in comedy he was.
Oh yeah,
And I didn't know that. I only knew him from Ocean's 11, really. Like that was the first introduction I had of him.
and the kind of proves my point. What I was just saying, when your stars kind of faded, you have a guest star on a movie. Like you had Elliot Gould, you have Carl Reiner, you have those who Sinatra, where they kind of poke fun at the fact that I was a huge star, now not so much, but I still live the life. So you gotta listen to the 2,000-Year-Old Man. Funny as all get out. Mel Brooks plays this 2,000-year-old guy being interviewed by Carl Reiner. We got some great audience interaction going on. I know we don't want to go like.
Well, I like Brett's comment about the Vegas for actors, the community college theater departments.
Yeah. Actually, that's a
pretty
good
funny.
point. Or you got them teaching a master class. You got to watch out because that gets thrown around a lot. It's a master class, and it's someone who's a R-level actor. When I mean like not rated R, but kind of A-list, C-list, D-list, D-list.
So the Disaster Artist movie based
Yes.
off The Room is on Amazon Prime.
I saw that last night.
and it's
It's up there.
I was watching it and I kept thinking of you. I don't know why. I was like,
Thank
I
you.
can just see you young and this is you. I don't know why I said that.
I'll
'cause-
take it.
Well, I didn't realize the main character was 19 at the time when he met
Mhm.
Tommy. And so that was a little weird to me. I was like, okay. But then the movie, man, it's so good. Do you ever do a scene in a diner?
Have I? Yeah, actually, I have.
Yeah.
In
Like
movie
he's
and
like, let's
stage.
act now. You do re-scene. And I'm like, what's
Well,
going on?
I've been in enough shows where we're in a diner and we're running lines or stuff, or I've been known to where songs just spontaneously break out because, by golly, we're in musical theater.
Yeah, that's great. Well, you know what? Another shift's happening in the entertainment world. Did you see that an offer has finally been accepted for Fox?
Who was?
Fox?
The
The offer has been accepted.
wait, I missed.
Fox is selling to Disney.
They are.
Yeah, they accepted the offer. So $71 billion.
I'm not happy about that.
So it'd be interesting to see what really comes down. Because I really don't know why. I guess.
How can the SEC have not said this is a monopoly? After Disney bought Lucasfilm.
Yeah, but can entertainment really have a monopoly
Yes,
when
it can.
somebody.
Because this entertainment, it's TV studios, it's news studios. Disney can now control a vast ABC, ESPN.
Well, I mean, the only way they're going to get in
Fox
trouble
News.
if there's something written or tangible evidence saying we're working on something systematically to.
No, all you got to do
these
is hire the
things.
right people. Well, it's not working out with this person. We're going to bring in that person instead. And there's a subtle shift. CNN wasn't always and MSNBC weren't always as rabid as they are now. And in fairness, Fox News wasn't always as rabid. I felt that they felt that they were the last bastion of having the other voice.
Well, I was thinking about this is, in the long run, I think this actually has a chance of hurting Disney because of their persona. And a lot of more people are becoming aware of what Disney's doing. And it's like Disney's always been the wholesome company, and they preserve, what family is.
Yeah, but they split off. That's why they created Miramax. It's we want to do.
More people are becoming aware of it though, where it's like, oh, now Deadpool's a Disney princess, or something like that. Because it's one of those things. I can see it really hurting them in the long run.
I think it was just ill-advised. I'm staggered that the SEC.
Well, I think it's a smart thing they did. Like, I mean, if I was Fox, $71 billion.
I can't blame either side. Disney's going to want to grab as many as possible, and Fox is going to want to sell to the highest bidder. I'm not blaming anyone. I just the SEC. I would love to hear their reasoning why they don't think this is a monopoly.
Well, I mean, because what's wrong with buying other intellectual properties? What's wrong with that?
Absolutely nothing. Like I said, there's nothing.
So
wrong
you're more worried about the news stations, and then
well, not necessarily the news. And Brett raises a good point. It's only Fox Entertainment. The news division of News Corp is not on the block, which is good. But think about the Fox shows that have been kind of Fox has been the leader for the anti-Cosby show. With Married with Children. They created Married with Children to go against the wholesomeness of NBC's The Cosby Show.
Okay.
Fox has always been the rabble rouser. They're the first to come out with the parental guidance advised. They've taken chances. They've been ruthless with it. Fox put on, even though they totally mismanaged it, they put on Firefly when no one else would touch it. Of course, once they got it, they didn't know what to do with it. But I can imagine ABC, NBC, or CBS grabbing Firefly. Grabbing 24.
I also think it's whoever's the leader over there going for new content. We've definitely seen a shift in tone of what these stations are trying to present themselves as. And plus, they also offload it to their subs channels, which is like their online, like Hulu and all them, because they're owned by, I think Hulu is owned by NBC, I think, and that's where they kind of offload some of their stuff, where they don't want to put it on their main. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and
Disney has a chance of mixing their signals here, and they got to do it carefully.
I don't think they will, because that would be a fundamental shift from Disney. Here's the thing: Disney now owns Simpsons and The Family Guy.
Yeah, so I'm saying, like, there's a chance for them to mix their signals.
Well, are we going to see a gelding of these, or are we going to see Disney saying, "Okay, this is our 100-year-old corporate philosophy, and we're going to cater to new people and lose a lot of old
Disney
school"?
Like an anti-Semite? Wasn't Walt Disney?
I believe he was, but I'm not trying to downplay it.
Is that the 100-year-old?
But back then, everybody was. I remember a few days ago, they came across Einstein's diaries, and Einstein was very prejudiced against certain Asians. And this is the 1930s, and it's what it was. I don't condone it. I don't curse it. It's what it was. And he is still, it's a difference between someone like him, where that was the mindset or the social norm back then, and the Roman Polanskis of the world. To me, there's a difference of separating the man from his beliefs, his belief structure.
Yeah. Interesting. But no, I don't know what will end up with Fox and Disney, but
it'll be interesting to see. I'm really surprised it actually made it. Truly, the smaller monopolies have been broken up because they've been monopolies.
Well, what would change? What's going to kind of ruin the reign of Disney? Because nothing can last forever, unless you're the Highlander.
Well, it depends which Highlander you were.
Owned by Disney. No, I was kidding.
Yeah. It depends on which Highlander you were, because if it's Connor McLeod, he actually gets killed by Duncan McLeod in the really bad Endgame movie. And then Duncan goes on to find the source. Oh my God, I'm going down that rabbit hole. Pull me out of it.
Because to me, Netflix has a good foot in who actually pays attention and watches stuff.
This is something that's kind of funny.
Because stats are going to scare people when they say how many people watch stuff online.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And then, I mean, there's going to be.
But there's watching and there's following. Yesterday, I think it was Rick saying that this one YouTube star's got 12 million followers.
That was me. That was me, not Rick.
Oh, sorry.
I mean, I was
the days blur.
Well, no, I'm talking about what's effective and then what's trackable.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I mean, I think the old style, like Disney and CNN and ABC and all the old style way of viewing things, if they don't catch up, I mean, the greatest example is CBS trying to do their all access. And I don't know how it's doing, but I don't know. I haven't heard anything positive.
They've got Star Trek Discovery.
That's it.
And they've got the Good Wife sequel show, but they canceled The Good Wife because no one was watching it. So why would a sequel show do any better?
But I know I'm just interested to see where people are going with it. I mean, to give you an idea how aggressive it is. So Holly and I, we moved, right?
Yes.
And I set up the internet, and I called Suddenlink, and I was like, "Well, give me your rates." And I selected one, and they're like, "Well, do you want TV?" I was like, "No, we don't currently want TV. We don't want it. We're probably not going to get it." And he's like, "Oh, why is that?" And I was like, "Oh, because I don't want to deal with that." And they called me 3 times between a week ago and the installation date Friday to say, "Hey, we're calling about your installation date. By the way, do you want TV?" And I'm like, man, I don't know how many times I got to tell you guys.
Well, I told you I went through that with Spectrum when we got the house redone. I got rid of my internet provider because I wasn't happy with them. Called Spectrum, which is a charter company. And they had a decent deal on their internet. And I said, great, let's go for it. They're like, well, let's tell you about the package. I don't need the package. And basically, the package they talked me into, or I don't know who talked whom into it, but I'm basically, for the price of internet only, I'm getting a landline and TV with like all the HBO channels and stuff as well for like 2 years. Now, I can cancel at any time. They're like, yeah, if you don't like the price and just want to go to internet, fine. And I'm paying, sure, I am paying extra, but not like 3 times extra like most of these bundles are. So I'm enjoying the fact that in my office, in my house, my study, I have a different TV setup than the rest of the house. Yeah, there's first world problems, I know.
Well, also I want to let people know I discovered something really cool. And this is kind of a tech thing. I don't know if you have kids or if you don't want to be loud. Well, Roku, you ever heard of Roku before?
Yeah, I've got a Roku
so
TV.
Roku has an app for your phone. And you can actually set up I don't know what the timeline was, but basically all new Roku accessories, you can actually use your mobile phone, Bluetooth connect it to your accessory on your TV and listen it through your headphones. So you don't have to turn on the TV or turn on the sound on the TV.
Cool.
So I know that's a unique scenario for a lot of people, but if you have kids or if you don't want to disturb, anyone next to you, I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, that is. And there's always that issue with my dad. His hearing was going. And so if he'd stay with me, I'd come home from work and I could hear the TV blaring from down the street. And so I bought him like wireless headphones, these special ones that went to the TV for that very purpose, because that way he could enjoy it. We could enjoy the TV at normal volume. He could go full tilt.
But yeah, to kind of conclude, or we can keep talking about it, is these companies like Netflix. I mean, I don't really know who has the most ownership of it, but they seem to be having a foot in content generation.
I think it is the next level. More and more people, Misty being one of them.
I know Disney was been working on, because actually I think that might be their overall strategy is Disney's working on their own kind of Netflix. And I think they're trying to buy as much intellectual property to where they'll do CBS All Access, but it will actually have better content because CBS All Access.
Well, think of the library they have now. Everything Star Wars related, everything Fox related, everything ABC related. Wow.
Maybe it's gonna be something similar to like Spotify, where they have so much music, it's kind of hard not to choose them because they have so much of content you might want.
VHS won because more movies came out on VHS.
So there you go.
All there is to it.
You're listening to Mornings of Lone Star, irlonestar.com. 946. We're brought to you by Condor Coffee, Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. We're going to take a quick break. When we return,
more fun.
Yeah. We're going to, we can still talk about politics and stuff like that if you want. I know there was a recent report that came out. Americans believe 2/3 of news on social media that is misinformation. So we could talk about that, or we could talk about other stuff. All right. You're listening to Mornings of Lone Star.
You and your
Business office cleaning is available in the Montgomery County area from Clean Sweep Office Cleaning, with scheduled cleaning services such as floor care, window care, trash collection, restroom disinfection, and stair and elevator cleaning. Clean Sweep can service a business one time or on a regular schedule, with daily, weekly, and monthly options. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning can be found online at cleansweepofficecleaning.com or by calling 832-689-7996. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. Take back your time and let us make your office shine. Mornings with Lone Star is sponsored by Clean Sweep Office Cleaning.
For those of you who like your partners, your gumbo, and your music salty, well, we're here to help with the music. Julian Shea here, host of Lone Star Country Nights Thursday, your weekly dose of roots and Americana and all the music that makes this part of the country special. We stir in Western swing, honky-tonk, Zydeco, Texas blues, outlaw country, and put a pinch of red dirt, and then we smoke it over a slow fire. Then listen to the results Thursday nights on Conroe's 104.5 and 106.1 and worldwide at irlonestar.com.
A Lone Star Community Radio is looking for those who are interested in hosting their own talk show, with monthly and weekly slots available on Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1, and on irlonestar.com. Start your own podcast, create your first YouTube channel, and be on TV. Contact Lone Star Community Radio online at irlonestar.com or call the station message line at 936-647-3776 to take your first step into the radio world.
Conroe Coffee is a local coffee shop located in the heart of downtown Conroe at 206 North Main Street, Conroe, Texas. Conroe Coffee serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner, along with other treats and coffee. For more information regarding store hours and delivery in downtown Conroe, Conroe Coffee is on Facebook or by telephone at 936-266-7632.
We would like to thank Conroe Coffee for being a supporter of Lone Star Community Radio and our morning sponsor with Mornings with Lone Star.
Health Center Southeast Texas is a federally qualified health center. We accept Medicare, Medicaid, and most major private insurances. For our self-pay patients, we have a sliding scale discount program available. Our health centers have qualified providers and staff striving every day to provide the best quality of care to our patients. Services offered are family medicine, behavioral health services, telepsychiatry, and pediatrics. We have 4 area locations. Look up the Health Center Southeast Texas online at hcset.com.
Pussycat, pussycat, I love you. Yes, I do. You and your pussycat nose. What's new, pussycat? Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Welcome back, Mornings Lone Star, Dick and Skippy. Hey, thanks for keeping the conversation going on the air and off. It is 9:50 on the dot. 78 degrees outside. Gonna get up a little higher today, but not that really like bone burning weather we've had lately. Great conversations happening.
We had a question. Mm-hmm. Do you think since Disney's buying Fox, they're gonna re-cancel Last Man Standing?
I wonder if that was the reason why they did this. We're going to offer you $42 billion so we can kill
72.
Tim Allen. $72 billion so we can kill Tim Allen's chances of a comeback. Well, that's what I'm saying. That could happen now. They can say, well, we don't want it anymore. Now, the Roseanne show, they're already talking about a reboot just without Roseanne. The Connors with Darlene. And, of course, Darlene being on The View, you know where she stands. Sarah, what's her name? Sarah Gilbert.
I mean, one thing we got to learn about all of this is make as much money as possible. That's what I've learned.
Yeah. Well, more and more people, we were talking about what's next, and this is what kind of makes me smile. Star Trek is many times presaged what technology would be in the future. The communicators. The cell phone is based on the communicator. Now, as a result, the communicator is the offshoot of the cell phone. If that makes sense. A lot of technology has happened, has been envisioned by Star Trek. Well,
how can that be a cell phone? Wouldn't that be more of a walkie-talkie?
Well, no, the flip. And
I thought you were talking about the badge.
Well, we have those now, too, as a result. We have the Bluetooth where you can touch it. We have the Google Glass is pretty much could be what Carly wears.
What about transporter?
They're working on it.
You think so?
Yeah. But I think it was the Next Generation, Data was talking about how TV died in the early 21st century, that it was as a form of entertainment. It was replaced with other things, including the hollow novels, where you would immerse yourself. And if you look right now, virtual reality is kicking back in. Traditional TV is dying out and it'll never be gone. And I remember a couple of years ago, they were saying the cinema was about to die because no one went to the movies anymore. Well, the cinemas got smart and adapted. They put in recliner chairs, made it a more pleasant experience. And now there's popular, I don't know if there's popular as ever, but they're pretty darn popular for a company that was about to go, an industry that was about to go totally belly up. So it could be the next step that more and more people, they're already leaving TV in droves. Many people, Misty included among them, don't even watch normal TV anymore. It is Hulu or Roku sticks or whatever. And I have a Roku TV, and as I was setting up my office, I just was looking at like channels that I could add, thinking maybe 10 channels. There are channels there that may only have 20 people following them, but oh my gosh, I'm one of those 20 people because it had a movie. I found the most obscure 70s movie that I loved. I saw once in 1974, and it's on this Roku channel. So I'm hooked on this channel now. Well, not to watch, but I mean, just I'm a fan of it. So it could, Star Trek once again could be presaging the fact that TV may die out. They also said that baseball dies out too, and we also already see a lot of sports are just pricing themselves out of business. Do us some sad news.
Oh, great.
Well, sad. Coco, the gorilla, the one who learned sign language, has passed away. She passed away in her sleep at age 46. The Gorilla Foundation announced her passing yesterday and said, Coco touched the lives of millions as an ambassador for all gorillas and an icon for interspecies communication and empathy. She was beloved and will be deeply missed. She was born in 1971 at the San Francisco Zoo and was named Hanabiko, which is Japanese for fireworks child. Dr. Francine Penny Patterson taught her sign language, and that's where she quickly became famous. I'm trying to figure out what her word count was. It was insane. I mean, doing amazing communication, and just broke down a lot of barriers on what we thought about, quote, the lower animals. And so, yeah, it's kind of a bummer. I don't know if there is someone else who, another gorilla, to follow in Coco's footsteps. I'd like to know that.
How about the one from Rampage? You don't think that would work?
Yeah, well, does the gorilla in Rampage know sign language, or does it just flip somebody off in your typical?
That's
yeah.
Well, he's buddies with The Rock. George.
There you go. Well, if The Rock can teach this Rampage gorilla sign language, go for it. But that's just one of those, Coco is someone you just don't think about until she's gone, and now I'm bummed. I haven't thought about Coco in years.
Okay.
But there you go.
I actually had no idea who that was.
Yeah, she very, very popular. I think actually kind of created a story that became a children's book, would sign.
You mean Congo the movie?
Yeah.
Amy.
That was based on
Amy.
Amy's based on Coco.
Man, I remember that movie.
I read the book.
It's so stupid.
Well, the book was mildly better. It was another Michael Crichton book.
Hey, Brett, that was a real gorilla, okay? George was a real gorilla from Rampage, okay?
I've got to catch up on. I have no idea what you're talking about, but I'm going to catch up on the listener feedback in just a second. Now, we were talking about, what's next for Disney, or, one day off the air, Dick and I were talking about what would it take to bring down Disney or Amazon. And Dick was thinking, well, if Jeff Bezos is caught in a compromising situation with the young kids, even then they would just go to number 2. Same thing with Zuckerberg. Zuckerberg was on the hot seat, and people were like, oh, this could be the end of Facebook. Nah, he'll be fine and dandy. But the mighty do fall. Just recently, GE, General Electric, has been taken off the Dow Jones Industrial Average.
Okay. Now, is the Dow Jones, from my understanding, it's like a cool club to be in? Yeah,
what it does is it's a select few, I think 9, I believe, and I'm sure someone's going to correct me, but very few companies that hit a certain standard that kind of bridging industries that's where you get your average of, okay, this is how things are going. And so GE has been replaced.
It's 30.
30. Okay. GE has been replaced with Walgreens, of all places, because though they have comparable revenues, GE is much huger than Walgreens, which means it's like, yeah, we both made $10 million this year. Okay. If I'm a company of one and I make $10 million a year, that's huge. Put me up next to GE with thousands of employees making 10 million, not a big whoop. So, the size comes into it. Now, it's just weird to have that. Now, one thing I did not know, AT&T was previously removed from the Dow Jones Industrial Index. I had no idea about that. I just assumed they were a mainstay. I think Alcoa was, and there's one other, the name that I would have recognized. So companies do come and go. It doesn't signal anything in particular. It doesn't mean that GE is going to die tomorrow, but it's of note that it's actually replaced a company on the Dow Jones, especially one that was so huge as General Electric. And breaking news. Give me the breaking news sound effects.
Breaking news.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The Supreme Court has just ruled that online shoppers now must pay sales tax.
Huh.
So this is something that may bite Amazon because that's always been a favorite thing. I don't think so much. We pay sales tax. It's the convenience of online shopping. It's not the lack of sales tax.
But does everyone pay sales tax?
No.
So how does that
work? They do now. They will now.
Like every 50 states have sales tax?
Hold on.
The only reason I asked that is I remember when we go on our 50 state trips, there was a couple that didn't have sales tax.
I thought every state had sales tax.
Because isn't sales tax determined by your local area, like the amount you pay? But then it's also affected by the state. If anyone really knows this, please let us know on Facebook.
Okay, what states don't have sales tax? 5 states with no sales tax: Alaska, Delaware, Montana, New Hampshire, and Oregon. So, which means if the company and its warehousing is in any of those states, you don't have to pay sales tax because there's no sales tax to pay. But if you get them from anywhere else, and that's why Delaware, Delaware is a huge, when you file a corporation, you usually register in Delaware. So Delaware is popular with corporations. I don't think it's really going to do much. It's significant because it signals
we're talking about penny counters here. So it's going to be
but these are the same penny counters that think about it. These are the people that will wait for tax-free weekend to just assail the stores like it's Black Friday and Cyber Monday combined to save 8.25%, or maybe 8.5, depending on where you are. I think in Houston, it's 8.75, 8 cents on the dollar, less than a dime.
Well, how does that work? But sales tax is different from all over the place, depending on where you are. Because our sales tax, I think, is just based off Texas, right? We pay 8.25, no matter where we go in Texas.
Yeah. But no, I think there are variations of it. I think the Woodlands has a slightly lower sales tax because it's added on, so it's not the full 8.25 for the state sales tax. But here's the thing: people will break down the walls to save 8.5 cents a dollar on tax-free weekend. I myself, I wait till the next weekend when everything goes on 10% off, and I get more savings with 10% off sale. No one thinks about, hey, save 10%. No one even thinks about that. It's the thought of sticking it to the man, the establishment. That's what gets people going. So yeah, people will grumble. Oh, I got to pay sales tax now. You got to pay sales tax on darn near everything else. Doesn't matter. It's just the convenience of I'm on my phone. Oh, hey, look, Studio 60 on the Sunset Strip has got DVD on sale. It's mine now. And by the way, it is, and I got it. Sorry, I love that show. But you just,
golly,
it's a good show.
Sure. But yeah, I think it will affect some businesses.
I don't think not enough to count. No business is going to fold because now they're
not
on
fold, but they have to change up some things. They hire more accountants.
Okay, so if I start losing business because people don't want to pay the 8% sales tax, I'll lower my prices 8%.
Yeah.
To say, okay, same amount for you. There are ways to fix this. But And we are currently on day, I think, 10 or 11 of the death of net neutrality. And the world has fallen apart, and everybody's paying 10 times what they did on internet because net neutrality.
If anything, I'm paying cheaper
enzymes.
where I am.
Not enzymes. What was it?
I was shocked how cheap it was out here for like the amount of speed and everything you get. The only thing they
electrolytes.
The only thing they get you on is running those cable boxes. That's the only thing I've realized technology wise.
Yep.
That's how they make their cash, is renting those things out to people.
For my main house cable, I pay double what I pay in programming. I pay the same amount of money in box rental and
it's
stuff
crazy.
like that.
Well, like like I said, we're doing internet, and I did a little research. My brother is an IT guy, he owns his own firm, and he told me the best thing, like what he suggests to his clients, is the technology rarely updates for the cable modem, but Wi-Fi updates kind of frequently. But it also depends on how much speed you're getting at home. And he goes, well, every time, because you can buy like an all-in-one box, kind of like what they give you. But he said the best thing to do is always buy a nice Wi-Fi router, and then just upgrade the cable box as you go, because those are only like $30 to $60, opposed to like the one I found that would fit our system is like, if I wanted to do a replacement for a box equivalent to what they're giving me, it would be like a $120, $150 to buy it just downright, instead of paying, I think, like $13 a month or something like that.
Yeah. We need to issue a correction to one of our listeners. A listener, Brett, said that 68% of all internet statistics are made up on the spot. Brett, I hate to, it's 68.2%. If you're gonna throw out a fact, you need to get it right there, my friend. I'm just saying.
Hey, Brett, I thought net neutrality really was going to affect the prices of things.
Yeah, it is. Remember how they were going to say the second it would go into effect, every corporation in the world would double their rates and strangle our broadband or bandwidth. And
you know what they still won't let me do? Access gray areas of the internet. Isn't that crap?
The dark web.
Yeah, they send me those. Hey, you shouldn't be downloading now.
Bring back Napster. I miss Napster.
I think it's still around. Isn't it?
Is it?
I have no idea.
Oh, that would be cool if it were. It's nowhere near what it was. Anyhow, It is 10:03, I think.
Yeah, let's take a break.
10:04 on the dot.
And you're listening to Mornings with Lone Star. Keep talking to us on Facebook. We got Twitter, Instagram.
We do read.
Yeah, we sometimes do. We'll be right back.
What's new, pussycat? Whoa, whoa, whoa. What's new, pussycat?
Conroe Coffee is a local coffee shop located in the heart of downtown Conroe at 206 North Main Street, Conroe, Texas. Conroe Coffee serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner, along with other treats and coffee. For more information regarding store hours and delivery in downtown Conroe, Conroe Coffee is on Facebook or by telephone at 936-266-7632.
We would like to thank Conroe Coffee for being a supporter of Lone Star Community Radio and our morning sponsor with Mornings with Lone Star.
A Lone Star Community Radio is looking for those who are interested in hosting their own talk show, with monthly and weekly slots available on Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1, and on irlonestar.com. Start your own podcast, create your first YouTube channel, and be on TV. Contact Lone Star Community Radio online at irlonestar.com or call the station message line at 936-647-3776 to take your first step into the radio world.
Does volunteering at a nonprofit horse sanctuary sound wonderful? Or are you a veteran or a veteran spouse and think trying a peer group session through a local Horses and Heroes equine program might be worth trying? Henry's Home Horse and Human Sanctuary, located in Grand Central Park by appointment only, is home to a growing number of rescued and donated horses. Visit our website at henryshomehorsesanctuary.org or check out our Facebook at Henry's Home Horse and Human Sanctuary for more information.
Business office cleaning is available in the Montgomery County area from Clean Sweep Office Cleaning, with scheduled cleaning services such as floor care, window care, trash collection, restroom disinfection, and stair and elevator cleaning. Clean Sweep can service a business one time or on a regular schedule, with daily, weekly, and monthly options. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning can be found online at cleansweepofficecleaning.com or by calling 832-689-7996. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning, Take back your time and let us make your office shine. Mornings with Lone Star is sponsored by Clean Sweep Office Cleaning.
Hey guys, this is Connor.
This is Dick.
This is Chris. And we're with the Ticket Stub Podcast every Thursday live at noon on 104.5 and 106.1 FM in the Conroe area. Also, anytime at irlonestar.com. You go to irlonestar.com/TTS. You can find all of our social media.
And don't forget, we give away 2 tickets to the Grand Theater on every show.
If you like movies and you like complaining or celebrating anything that has to do with the silver screen, check out the Ticket Stub Podcast and join us every Thursday at noon o'clock on Lone Star Community Radio.
Pussycat, pussycat, you're so thrilling, and I'm so willing to care for you. So go and make up your big little pussycat eyes. Pussycat, pussycat, I love you. Yes,
Welcome back. Mornings with Lone Star, Dick and Skippy, 10:07 on the dot. 79 degrees. We're inching up to 80-ish today. Overcast, gloomy, but still only 10% chance of rain. Get be happy with that. That's all I got.
Welcome back.
Well, we want to thank our sponsor.
Yeah.
I know I was forgetting something. Thank you, Conroe Coffee and Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. Hey, if you're listening to us, give them a try. Most of you have drunk Conroe Coffee. You know it totally rocks. And Clean Sweep Office Cleaning, hey, they may come out wherever you are. Who knows? I'm sure they have a... No job is too big or too sloppy for a clean sweep. Thank you very much.
Good deal. All right.
Responding to Brett that, he did point out that net neutrality has nothing to do with your access to the internet. I absolutely agree. But it was, my comment was the facetiousness in me was responding to the Chicken Little, the sky's falling. Net neutrality is going to destroy. They're going to bottleneck everything. They're going to choke this. Everything has to be Armageddon level, nuclear option. I've just seen this in politics and everything else. And this person must be destroyed. This company must be wiped off the map. This pink slime must be, the whole industry must be wiped off the face of the earth, even though it is not what they say it is. It just, these knee-jerk nuclear option reactions, that's what I personally just get tired of. Everything's got to be so... And it's both sides. I'm telling you, every time gas prices go down, those in power go, yeah, that was us. Or every time the Dow Jones goes up, yeah, that was us. And it's not. And every time the Dow Jones goes up 100, those shouldn't take credit for it. And when it goes down 100, it's not that person's fault. It's the market. It's gas prices. It's the price per barrel. It's, yeah, and of course, those in charge have influence. But to have every other day just be this, yes, no, yes, I'm just, it's like watching a tennis game. You get that Wimbledon whiplash, just your neck going back and forth, back and forth. And if you're listening to us in stereo, you know I'm doing that. If you're watching me, see I'm going back and forth. It gets, after a while, it gets tiring. You just stop watching it live and haul out your phone and watch it on TV.
Okay, I'm just going to listen to you for the next hour.
No, I'm done.
Hey, you good?
I'm good.
All right, good. Well, I mean, outside of that, like anything else going on in your world? Because the one thing we haven't really talked about was the U.S. quit the UN Human Rights Council. But then again, that's another topic that just circles, and it's not very entertaining for me.
The Human Rights Council has been...
It's like a political tool.
It is very political.
And what do they do? What do they
don't like Israel.
Well, I mean, who cares who they like or don't like? What can they do?
Well,
besides putting a poster up on the wall with other poster that says a statement.
You sit around. It's like most committees.
Do they invade countries, or do they do anything that changes how people are treating human rights or violating human rights?
Nope. It's like us pulling out of the Paris Climate Accords.
Who does do that though?
Absolutely nothing.
You know, I see. This is the thing. I would love listeners' input on this. So I was wondering this. So let's look at, the whole world. From what I understand, there's some certain areas of the world that are still controlled by, like, say, warlords, right?
Mm-hmm.
Basically, local warlords.
Mm-hmm.
Would you say that's true?
Yeah.
Now, why couldn't you, as a billionaire like Bill Gates, hire a private army and just take over the warlord area for like human rights, under the banner of human rights? Because clearly there's some stuff, like, for example, I think I thought about it when I saw that movie Hotel Rwanda.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, that's tragic. Now, why isn't anybody physically going in there and wrecking shop on these people?
Sometimes
now,
it's
why,
the devil, you know.
Is that what you think?
Yeah. And, you know, we ourselves as a nation have unfortunately been complicit. We set up the current Iranian government.
Well, I'm not talking about a nation. I'm talking about me, Bill Gates. Or when I say Bill Gates, I just mean because he has a lot of money. Me, Mr. Money Man.
President of Schistler.
I mean, how much money would you think it would take to take over a warlord?
More than $20, less than 10 billion.
Okay.
Somewhere in that range. Somewhere between 10 and $10 billion.
So there is you think you are able to do it?
Well, now financially.
Like one person could do it. Like say I was the richest man in the world and then decided what I want to do with my money. So I could do it. So since
if that were the case, what I would do, I would buy the country because there are legal ramifications. If you put in mercenaries as a private citizen, I don't think that's legal.
Is it? I don't know. I mean,
I don't believe so.
Well, who's going to get mad at me? The UN? The poster people?
Yeah, right. Well, but you could be brought to the Hague on war crimes.
Like say I wanted to be the leader of the country, but then I graciously give it back to the people. Like, could you pay to be a dictator? In today's world, can I pay to become a dictator? Like, how much money would it take for me to become an owner of a country?
Well, that's the thing. You can pay a lot of money, but if you're in power, if they don't like you, they'll shoot you.
Well, yeah.
So what I do is, I if I had that much money, let's say if I wanted to fix Rwanda or something, buy the country, and then you have legal recourse to kick out the current administrations and say, you know, you're fired. Okay. But no. So the Human Rights Council, I mean, the members of it are massive human rights violators, truly. And this current president, he works with North Korea or he doesn't. Either way, he just gets lambasted. He pulls out of this accord or this council. You know what? These councils need America a lot more than America needs them. And that's what I believe is happening this current administration, to say, we don't need you. To pull out of the Human Rights Council does absolutely nothing. No one extra is going to die. No one extra is going to be saved. It's just, and
nothing both ways.
Trump has pledged his allegiance toward, I'm sorry, that sounds bad when I say pledged his allegiance. Trump has recertified Israel as our ally by placing the embassy in Jerusalem. He has made no bones about the fact that Israel is our buddy. The Human Rights Council is very anti-Israel in a lot of its findings. And so Trump's like, you know what? The enemy of my friend is my enemy. We're not going to do it. The tariff, same thing. We've been bent over the woodpile for decades with Canada and China, Venezuela, and others, and saying no more. We're not going to we're going to make it a level playing field. We're not giving you what you're used to. This is like an alimony thing where someone's going for, I need $50,000 a month in alimony to maintain the lifestyle that I've been accustomed to. You know what? Sometimes you got to suck it up and say, don't get used to that lifestyle anymore. Some of these nations have gotten used to a lifestyle off the teat, and I'm making sure I pronounce that clearly, of America. And we have a businessman, because for decades we said, what would happen if a businessman ran the country? Here we go. You know what? He's not a career politician who's into double speak. He says things that just make me want to pull what's left of my hair out. He's piggy on many levels. As a man, I'd be hard pressed to invite him to dinner. This is how it is. It's
all right. I guess switch topics.
Switch topics. Okay, go.
Got to.
Cool.
So apparently, this is kind of funny. Phillies game on Monday night.
No, which sport?
Baseball.
Okay, thank you.
Phillies.
You got to narrow this down for me.
Apparently, this woman was hit by a hot dog and got a black eye.
How do you get a black eye from a hot dog?
Well, it seems that the mascot has a gun.
Are you kidding me?
And I'm not kidding you.
He shot a woman in the eye with a hot dog gun?
Yes. And she's claiming she's suffering from a shoulder injury. So she was unable to swat the hot dog away. That's I'm trying to picture this because they got it on camera. Like they had to have.
Oh, someone saw. Yes.
I want to see if. Okay, I'm gonna look for the video.
It kind of reminds me of that Naked Gun movie where the bad guy throws a pillow at the hero, and he's got the pillow.
I mean, I
no, hit with a hot dog gun.
The interviewer. This is from CBS Boston, and the interviewer, and I mean, that's a track. I mean, of course, it sucks to be that woman. But I wonder if she's gonna try to sue.
Oh, of course she's gonna try to sue. Mental anguish. I can no longer enjoy a hot dog.
She's sitting near her home plate, and she says all of a sudden a hot dog wrapped in duct tape hit her in the face. I'm sorry, this is kind of ridiculous. And so here's her quote: "I think it just came so fast and just hit me like I didn't even realize it. The hot dog bounced off my face and into the other seat. If it gives people a good laugh and it makes somebody chuckle, then that's fine." Well, you know what?
Thank you.
We
I'll
just did. So
all power to you. I hope you don't sue because it was a hot dog to the face. Put it on America's Funny Videos. Do the morning.
They offered her tickets to any game she wants to go to.
Yeah, for that, offer season tickets, people. That's sorry. Thank you. That just
I
really
want to know
made
where
me
the
crack
video
up.
is, though.
It's got to be out there somewhere. While you look for the video, I've got some World Cup news.
Hey, Brett, you're right. I don't know who thought. I want to see it in action. Because if you're gonna duct tape something, you can duct tape up anything. Like if you're like
literally.
If the gimmick is I'm gonna give you a hot dog up in the upper, that's kind of funny. But like if you're gonna duct tape it, what's the joke there?
Well, I think the duct tape is to keep it from just
I know
disintegrating
that,
on the way out.
But you're gonna eat it, roll it up in duct tape.
Yeah, I see what you just said, Saw Dick, and I agree. Who on the planet under God's green earth?
Oh, I want to see. I got to see this gun. I got to see this cannon.
A hot dog cannon was a good idea. Oh. Meanwhile, speaking of bad ideas in sports, Burger King is apologizing.
Oh, you got to see this thing, man.
Did you find the video?
Oh, I got pictures of it.
Okay.
And it looks like a turret on the back of a tractor. So the guy holds it like a minigun when it's just a giant hot dog. So, man.
Oh, that's great.
I want to see it in action, though. How are there? So this is what I don't really get about social media. You think there'd be videos all over the internet about not particularly this woman getting hit in the face, but at least the cannon going off.
Well, everyone whips out the phone as soon as the event starts to happen. So, Dateline Moscow. Burger King is sorry for offering a lifetime supply of Whoppers to Russian women who get pregnant from World Cup players. Shockingly, critics have assailed the offer, and that was announced on Russian social media as sexist and demeaning. The announcement was removed from Burger King's social media accounts, but is still circulating among Russian social network users. It promised a reward to women who, quote, get the best football genes, quote, and ensure the success of the Russian team for generations to come. Now,
oh, I found it.
You found it? So I'll just wrap this one up just to say that ads in Russia are a lot more misogynistic. But again, who thought this was a good idea? I don't get it. So you found the video?
Well, I found him moving the cannon. He was shooting another mascot with it too.
Friendly fire.
That's
the worst kind.
What goes on at these games, man?
We got to reenact this in slow motion. Would you have thrown yourself in front of the hot dog to save that woman?
Oh yeah, easy.
You would have done the John Woo. No.
Yeah. And then I'd be like, "Oh, it hurt. Give me some season tickets."
Yeah, season tickets and $10 million. I'm still cracking up over that one.
I'm just looking for it. I just gotta be real.
Uh-oh. Hold on. There's a headline I got to read into this because I think I may have some bad news for people. Apparently, there's new research. Let me find out who research conducted in Colorado by I got to find out who did this research. Oh, Josiane Bourque from the University of Montreal says that marijuana users feel more pain. Their study finds that the marijuana lowers pain tolerance. Cannabis lowers pain tolerance, meaning users need more painkillers after an injury. After an injury, cannabis users require higher doses of painkiller than non-users. Higher painkiller doses prolongs people's hospital stays and delays the recovery. Yeah, whatever.
Okay.
but it helps glaucoma. Now, Rick actually yesterday, and I need to do a follow-up on this, he said that actually the Texas legislature was putting it out there to do a blanket legalization of marijuana in Texas.
Well, I
got to get this
Well, this
verified.
is the question I have about that is clearly these politicians who are elected by the public have a strategy in the sense of how can we get voters, how can we shift, social structure and all that kind of stuff. So do you feel that when Trump kind of makes comments about making it legal across the board, people are like, oh man, that's my wild card. He's taking my wild card.
Yeah, it could be.
Because I feel
that could
like
very well be.
Well, I mean, because we've seen that all the time, and and especially when they make announcements, and kind of similar to the Senate hearings and stuff. It's just them grandstanding most of the time, and they're hoping that they get a quotable deal where when they run for election, they go, "Look what I said during this meeting. I said these things, and I meant it." So I that's what my theory is.
It could be. Now,
people know when things are going to get shifted, like something as big as blanket legalization across the 50 states, but.
Hand in hand with that, I think it'd be hard to deny that our current president, I'm not diagnosing by any stretch of the imagination, but pretty much has ADHD. He can't complete a sentence without going off on a tangent. Or, he'll start a sentence, and by the time he gets to the end of that paragraph, we're on a completely different topic. He's President Squirrel. And it's just how it is. And I think hand in hand with that, he is all over the map with policy, with daily tweets, with what chaps his hide that day. And we have stuff coming out that it's like, where did this happen? There was no mention of this whatsoever. So, I just lost my train of thought where I was going.
What would happen, like, say the transportation of drugs from Mexico or through Mexico, if Texas decided to do it legally?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that would affect the trade at all?
It depends. Interstate,
because
basically it's the bringing it up from Mexico into Texas. That's if it's traveling from state to state, then I don't think much.
Because I know the states around Colorado got to be having that issue. Got to be.
Well, yeah. If it's illegal to transport marijuana in the state next door to Colorado. If that person gets pulled over, and again, eventually this is going to hit the Supreme Court. They got to put the supremacy clause up against the 11th Amendment, and only the Supreme Court can do that to get this figured out. When you have an iffy federal law, and when I say iffy, it's the 11th Amendment says that federal law only supersedes state law under the Supremacy Act if it doesn't overreach the original framing of what federal law would cover. What the framers said, the federal law is responsible for A, B, C, and D. And if marijuana falls outside of that, then supremacy law kicks in and it's no longer a federal offense. So it has to get to the Supreme Court. And I would say within the next 2 sessions, within the next 2 years, this is going to be a big hot topic. And I think by then, no one's really going to care. No, sorry. Some will care, obviously. It's not like, let's legalize everything. But every year that passes, every week that passes, and we find out that Colorado hasn't blown itself up in a munchy haze, that it hasn't been overrun with cannibals.
I wonder what the DUI statistics are. Because it's been legal there for how long?
A couple of years now, I think.
Yeah, so there's got to be at least some preliminary kind of
right.
stats.
And according to Rick, they actually did find out a standard test for
I'm actually on their website right now, because the only reason I know that a little bit, my brother lived in Colorado, and Colorado is one of those interesting places where I think they have like zero tolerance DUI laws there, kind of like Georgia. I think Georgia is one of the things, like the first offense, you're like going to jail or you're doing something.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's I found that kind of funny that
going to the hooscow.
Well, you're opening the market to another substance that affects your driving, and I wonder what the stats are today.
Well, also,
because I'm looking at right here on their website, it says that what's the legal limit? Basically, it says it's 5 nanograms of active THC in the whole blood. But basically, however, no matter what level of THC, law enforcement officers base arrests on observed impairment. So that leaves that whole thing open, by the way. So, which to me is pretty insane.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So basically, if they smell it, they're like, hey, you look impaired. You're coming with me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need to test it.
Because I was looking
if they don't
up,
like you. Yeah.
Because a lot of laws around drugs are the scheduling of the drug. If you're Schedule 1, 2, whatever, marijuana is and I just looked this up, as a Schedule 1 drug. So if there is, I believe the scheduling rating, if that's the proper phrasing for it, may have to be changed as marijuana becomes more legalized. There's more states adopt it, or it gets higher up the legal ladder to where it hits the Supreme Court. It may have to be that marijuana's rating, I don't know if Schedule 1 is top of the class or worst of the class. Basically, does marijuana share it with, and it may not be fully marijuana, maybe the some of the ingredients in it. Is that up there with heroin and cocaine, or is Schedule 3 worse? I don't know. I need to look that up. Or if you know, please, people pipe in. But the scheduling of it may have to be changed to say, okay, it's not as bad as it was, in order to help facilitate the transportation of it, because that is the big issue right there. If you're going through a state that it's a really bad drug legally, and you get pulled over, but it's like, well, I'm 10 feet from the border and it's perfectly legal there. That's why this has to get to the Supreme Court, and it will.
Well, yeah, I'm looking at stats. I'm trying to find, because I'm curious just to see, because this is something that they now officially marked down.
They did.
Well, I mean, like that's something. I imagine that's what they have to write that down now.
Mm-hmm.
That they were impaired by marijuana. They have. I mean, I feel that's part of it, right?
Yeah, I would. Yeah, well, I don't know. There's got to be something that would separate, drug intoxication from alcohol intoxication. Because, for instance, you could fail, field sobriety tests would be pretty equal. But if I'm sober, no alcohol, but I'm on a drug, could I pass a breathalyzer test?
What's a proactive DUI and reactive DUI? Do you know anything about that?
I would presume a proactive DUI, it's I caused an accident because I'm drunk.
Okay.
And a reactive, it's, I passed out behind my wheel and a cop comes up and knocks on the door.
Okay. Well, it's gone up then.
And that's purely a guess on my part with all the law degrees on the wall behind me.
But I don't know. I wonder, this is going to be interesting. I want to find this out. But yeah, I think politicians use that as a wild card. I think that's one of the big deals that they try to, and that to me, that's one of those few topics that politicians use as like, oh, let's gain majority favor here.
Mm-hmm.
And it's taken, 30 years to really change the mind of people like that.
It has, and it has taken a long time, and I think it should have taken a long time. You can't go back and forth. When we do stuff like that, we end up with prohibition, where you actually have a constitutional amendment banning alcohol, and then you can't just undo that, so you have to have another constitutional amendment resetting it back legal again.
We've done it before.
Yeah, we have, and it's not cool. Listener Dennis, you got to pipe up here. What the heck is a CBD ranch? To me, CBD is Central Business District, and I don't think, with being in Colorado, that's what that was.
Yeah, we'll take a break and we'll come back and we'll talk more about that.
Yeah,
because I'm interested in that. So you're listening to Mornings Lone Star, irlonestar.com. It's 10:30 here on, here in Montgomery County, I guess, in other parts of the world.
We're worldwide.
To spend with you, so go and powder your cute little pussycat nose.
Conroe Coffee is a local coffee shop located in the heart of downtown Conroe at 206 North Main Street, Conroe, Texas. Conroe Coffee serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner, along with other treats and coffee. For more information regarding store hours and delivery in downtown Conroe, Conroe Coffee is on Facebook or by telephone at 936-266-7632. We
would like to thank Conroe Coffee for being a supporter of Lone Star Community Radio and our morning sponsor with Mornings with Lone Star.
Our talk shows and music shows are looking for sponsors. Want to expand your brand awareness? Reach the hyper-local audience in Montgomery County? Lone Star Community Radio sponsorships accomplish this. Want to see our stats and rates? Check out irlonestar.com/sponsor for more information. Or call in and leave us a message at 936-647-3776 with your question. Get seen on TV or YouTube and heard on our podcast, FM, and internet radio. Sponsor your local radio station with Lone Star Community Radio.
What is homelessness? Have you seen parents struggle to find a job without having transportation or childcare? What about the children sleeping in cars with nothing to eat? Families shouldn't have to struggle to survive, and children should not be homeless. Family Promise of Montgomery County serves the needs of homeless families and their children. Learn about ways you can help and learn about partnership opportunities at www.familypromiseofmc.org or call our day center at 936-441-8778.
The Texas A&M AgriLife Extension Service has been dedicated to educating Texans for over a century. In 1915, the Extension Program was established under the federal Smith-Lever Act to deliver university knowledge and agricultural research findings directly to the people. Ever since, AgriLife Extension programs have addressed the emerging issues of the day, serving diverse populations across the state. Texans turn to Extension for solutions in horticulture, agriculture, 4-H and youth, and family and consumer sciences. Extension agents respond not only with answers, but also with resources and services that result in significant returns on investment to boost the economy. Join us Fridays at 1 o'clock for the AgriLife Extension Hour.
Business office cleaning is available in the Montgomery County area from Clean Sweep Office Cleaning, with scheduled cleaning services such as floor care, window care, trash collection, restroom disinfection, and stair and elevator cleaning. Clean Sweep can service a business one time or on a regular schedule, with daily, weekly, and monthly options. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning can be found online at cleansweepofficecleaning.com or by calling 832-689-7996. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. Take back your time and let us make your office shine. Mornings with Lone Star is sponsored by Clean Sweep Office Cleaning.
So go and powder your cute little pussycat nose. Pussycat, pussycat, I love you.
Welcome back.
Yeah.
10:34 on the dot. Thanks to Clean Sweep Office Cleaning and Commerce Coffee for being our sponsors. We love you guys, and I mean that in a deep, manly way.
What's new, pussycat?
Having great conversations on and off the air. Keep them coming. Dennis, thank you for specifying. Dick also did too, what CBD was. Yeah, Skippy, believe it or not, I'm just so naive on certain things that I'd be the idiot who buy a dime bag of oregano from the NARC on my first attempt. So that's why I wouldn't even try it. But anyhow, we got Tina, if you're still listening, love you and come into the studio sometime. And of course, Dennis, welcome back. I do hope you tuned into us through your IR Lone Star app, Dennis, and we will probably take you up on your offer to get the ranch owner on the phone. That's some cool stuff there. We're finding out more and more the medicinal qualities and benefits of aspects of marijuana, I guess is the best way to phrase it. And of course, Hearst with the whole hemp thing, that's where it started. Hemp should not be illegal, but it's been immutably tied into
you know what's weird?
Marijuana.
I just found out someone just sent me something.
Was it marijuana?
We made the best kept secrets of Houston suburbs from the Chronicle.
What?
Yeah, the station did.
Okay, now you say we, I thought you meant like you and me. Well, it was probably because of our show, because, we rock so hard.
So,
any other shows?
Thanks for whoever submitted that. That's pretty cool.
Thank you. That is awesome. Who was it? I'm gonna buy you dinner and kiss you on the mouth, unless of course it was Brett, in which case, just the dinner.
Yeah.
One or the other, but not both. I have standards. That is so cool to know. Let's post that up there. Thank you. And it's great to know that we are having people watching and listening and engaging. I love the fact that we have our listeners who pipe up, correct us, push us, agree with us, disagree with us. Wonderful. Please keep it up and spread the word. By golly, we're hitting more and more. Brett says it wasn't him. He's just afraid with the dinner I was going to buy him. So there you go. So here's something interesting. The CEO of Intel, the computer chip maker, Brian Janik, K-R-Z-A-N-I-C-H, had to resign because apparently he broke company policy. He had a consensual relationship with an employee, which is odd because as the head of the company, well, I'm sure he didn't like form it, but you think he would have known about that. Brian, all I can say, man, is that I hope she was worth it. I mean, think about it, to be a CEO and to lose it and say, you know, try and get your next job. What happened? Well, slept with the mail girl or secretary or vice president. I have no idea. You know, it could have been the CFO for all I know. But yeah, the chief financial officer, well, no, not the CFO, because CFO is Robert Swan, and he's about to become the interim CEO. Actually, already is effective immediately. So Brian, I really hope she was worth it. May have been. It could have been like Wallace
Do you
Simpson.
think that was like a zero tolerance thing?
Well, if the company policy says, probably says you cannot, a manager or
someone below
an employee,
you,
basically. And when you're CEO, that means anyone. But here, dude, you're the CEO. You can go. There's got to be a special dating app.
There's an official channel though. Like, could he go, I really wanted to court this woman, and then basically when he presents it to the board, or like, nope.
Could be that could have gone to HR. But here's the thing.
Nope.
If you're CEO of a big corporation, Intel is not, you know, dinky. That's what I'm saying. I hope she was worth it because there are so many other possibilities for him. And I'm assuming, you know, they're not giving the gender of who he had the relationship with. I'm assuming female, but that's me being bad. It's he could have looked anywhere outside the company. So assuming this male or female, this subordinate, I hope is worth losing your company for.
Yeah, I guess.
And Dennis says that his afternoons with Lone Star that got us there. You know what? Well,
I think it was a group effort, Dennis.
I do. I gotta agree. I think we're all because you know Rick comes on our show and we go on Rick's show, so it's all one big happy family. Let's not concentrate on who in particular, unless it's us, of course. But assuming it's not, then it's a team effort. It's a group effort that got us recognized as, what was the actual recognition now?
We're best kept secret of Houston suburbs.
Well, keep it coming there. By golly, we're going to double our audience. Woohoo! You go. So yeah. That's what I got. Oh, I had another. Oh, good news. Give me the good news sound effect.
It's good news.
Yeah, there you go. Entergy. These guys rock. Energy company, of course, has donated 1,300 fans for the annual Beat the Heat initiative. That raises the number of fans that have been raised this year to 20,000, more than 20,000 fans. And these fans are distributed through various agencies throughout the area. I know Crisis Assistance Center got some, and these fans go to people who need them because, believe it or not, one fan doesn't even have to be an AC. Now, yesterday I was talking about how Rand Henderson, his group, was collecting and installing air conditioning window units for people in need, which is awesome. But not everyone can get an AC unit or even need one. But a fan can make all the difference in the world between heat stroke or heat exhaustion and surviving it. You know, it's funny because you see on the TV shows everyone's like bathed in sweat and they're dying. And it's when you stop sweating, that's where the trouble begins. So good on Entergy. We love it when local companies do what's good for the community.
Okay.
Have you ever been to the aquarium restaurant in downtown Houston? The Tillman Fertitas thing, you know, it's actually got.
No,
like
I've actually biked by it several times underneath, but I never really had a reason to go there.
The reason why I ask is, so the Mandalay Bay in Las Vegas has a big aquarium thing where you you dying under the water. You know, you got like the room where you're. Well, apparently it broke. The water main burst, and thousands of gallons of water poured on the first floor of this convention center at the Mandalay Bay. Destroyed the first floor ceiling. Officials. Oh, because this is where they originally thought it came from the Shark Reef Aquarium, which can you imagine? You're eating dinner, and all of a sudden the water just comes in and there are sharks in there. That's why I can't eat at the aquarium. No, it wasn't.
What do you mean? You mean
man.
like you see a shark while eating?
Yeah, it's like the aquarium is all around you, including above.
Yeah, I could do that.
No, are you kidding me? Especially if I'm eating seafood, I just have, these fish just looking at me going.
No, I don't think I'd ever get in
"That's
one of those shark
Bob."
cages and hang out in there. I would probably never do that. But
Probably.
yeah, but I mean, I'm never
I
gonna
would
count.
never-
I'd never count myself out on some things.
Some things I would. I do not say yes to everything, and
We don't have to say yes, but I mean, you don't want to say like you haven't been presented the scenario yet.
unequivocally, I say heck to the no for me ever getting in water where there are sharks, period. And that means an ocean in general.
You know what's funny though? Now that I think about it, if I was ever deep sea anything, I don't think I'd ever want to jump in. Like ever. I don't think I'd ever want to jump in. I think the only time I ever want to enter the ocean is from the beach. Just thinking about it. I don't know.
No. Are sharks in the Pacific?
They're everywhere in my mind.
Oh, there you go. Then that means I will not go in the Pacific Ocean in any way, shape, or form.
They're at every body of water besides a pool.
Are there sharks in the Atlantic Ocean? Then I will not go in the Atlantic Ocean or the Gulf of Mexico or
I wonder how many people would do that.
What? Hop in a shark tank?
We'll just get in the water if there's like without entering from the beach. Would you get in the water?
You mean like from a helicopter jumping in deep water?
Yeah. Or like from a boat or whatever.
No. Because there are things in the water that want to kill me.
Yeah.
And I can't see them wanting to kill me.
I bet you do look yummy to them.
I do. I look like I swim like one of those baby seals. I'm telling you, man. I would be a smorgasbord for jaws and jellyfish and piranhas and the 10 billion things. I'll take my chances here on land or in the air. Thank you very much.
Okay. Anything else you got for me?
No, that's it for that one.
Okay.
What you got? What do you got?
Absolutely nothing, of course.
What?
I've been moving and stuff, so there's a lot of stuff going on.
So what do we got to do to help? Because I'm going to help you move Saturday morning. What do we got left to do? Heavy lifting?
We have a lot. Yeah, I've left it all for you. And it doesn't involve a sledgehammer.
Oh, I was going to bring the sledge.
We're going to take a quick break here on Mornings Lone Star, irlonestar.com. Thanks for sticking around. We got one more segment coming your way, so we'll be right back.
You and your pussycat nose.
Conroe Coffee is a local coffee shop located in the heart of downtown Conroe at 206 North Main Street, Conroe, Texas. Conroe Coffee serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner, along with other treats and coffee. For more information regarding store hours and delivery in downtown Conroe, Conroe Coffee is on Facebook or by telephone at 936-266-7632.
We would like to thank Conroe Coffee for being a supporter of Lone Star Community Radio and our morning sponsor with Mornings with Lone Star.
Don't forget to download the Lone Star Community Radio app from your Google Play or Apple Store. Bring Montgomery County's community radio with you anywhere with your smartphone or tablet. If you are in the Conroe area, tune in on FM. That's Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1. If you are on the computer, bookmark irlonestar.com as your internet radio station. A Lone Star Community Radio, broadcasting 24/7 from the heart of downtown Conroe, Texas.
Statistics show that 1 out of every 6 Texans struggles with food insecurity and hunger. And many people don't eat enough fruits and vegetables every day. The Better Living for Texans program is here to help you learn how to make healthy menu choices, save money at the grocery store, prepare quick and delicious meals, get more good nutrition in your day, and get more physical activity. Classes are fun, friendly, interactive, and free, and taught in English and Spanish. We are Texas A&M AgriLife Extension, helping Texans make their lives better.
Business office cleaning is available in the Montgomery County area from Clean Sweep Office Cleaning, with scheduled cleaning services such as floor care, window care, trash collection, restroom disinfection, and stair and elevator cleaning. Clean Sweep can service a business one time or on a regular schedule, with daily, weekly, and monthly options. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning can be found online at cleansweepofficecleaning.com or by calling 832-689-7996. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. Take back your time and let us make your office shine. Mornings with Lone Star is sponsored by Clean Sweep Office Cleaning.
A Lone Star Community Radio is Montgomery County's radio station with talk, music, weather, and traffic for Montgomery County. Have a question or comment about one of our shows? Want to know how to reach a host? Just contact the station at irlonestar.com or call in and leave a message at 936-647-3776. Get involved with your community with Lone Star Community Radio.
Path to the Plate is a research-based education program that helps consumers understand how their food choices impact their health by making the connection to agriculture. Learning about how food is grown and produced, and how consumers can make better food choices for themselves and their families, Path to the Plate is all about dispelling myths and misconceptions. Find out more online at pathtotheplate.tamu.edu. We are Texas A&M AgriLife Extension, helping Texans make their lives better.
Did you know that there are over 153 million orphans in the world today? The sad reality is 99% of those kids will likely never be adopted. Core Love is an organization right here in Conroe that takes care of orphan children in Haiti, Honduras, and India. We bring the love of Jesus by providing their 6 basic needs of clean water, proper food, healthcare, education, job skills, and a loving home. Visit corelove.org. That's CORELUV.org. Will you help defend the orphan?
So go and powder your cute little pussycat nose. Pussycat, pussycat, I love you. Yes, I do. You and your pussycat.
Welcome back to our final segment. 10:48 on the dot. Hasn't quite hit 80 degrees yet. 79 here. A little overcast, a little bit of a breeze, but so far so good. Skippy's not stressing too much about the rain anymore, so makes me feel better.
We got a special guest tomorrow.
Who we got?
That's right. We're going to have Tom Horrigan, I hope I pronounced that right, with Intercept Ministries and the Magnolia Cowboy Church pastor Robert Stokes in the studio.
I know what they're going to be talking about.
What are they going to be talking about?
Christmas in July.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's
right.
What it is, it's a fundraising event. Intercept.
Are they going to have a nativity scene?
Yes,
with like board shorts and sunglasses.
Yeah, the Magi are going to come in with surfboards. But no,
dune buggies.
What they do is they get materials and stuff for families now in July, like start collecting them. So these families, hundreds of families, can get Christmas presents come Christmas time instead of waiting for November.
Last minute donations.
Yeah, like no, they accept
them
all
year round. Where are they storing all this? We got questions.
Oh, they have they have a huge storage facility. They're really great. Post Ike. They were really, post Harvey, they were really, really helpful.
Yeah, last year they provide over 2,500 kids and 200 elderly at Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm interested to see what their goals are for this year because that's going to be hard. But again, we're going to have Intercept Ministries and the Magnolia Cowboy Church in the studio tomorrow around 9:30. So if you have questions for them, you know where to find us on Facebook, MWLS@irlonestar.com for our email address, and then we're on all their social medias as well. Good topics today. I think everything's going to be okay for tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, we'll dig deep and get some good news, but keep the conversations going. We're loving the interaction with you, and we want to make sure that we bring you some quality programming, make sure we find the right headlines, the right stories, the right topics. So definitely sound off with us. Call in if you want, 936-647-3776. Hit us up on Facebook, YouTube, Dick's private cell phone number. If you don't have it, ask me and I'll give it to you, or even Dick at irlonestar.com. And if you want to book yourself on the show, go to irlonestar.com/MilwasBooking, MWLSbooking.com, or MWLS Booking.
You got any closing arguments or anything today? Okay, cool.
I don't. I'm on the spot there. I had to think about it.
Okay.
Just keep tuning into the headlines. Keep an eye on the weather, but it looks like it's going away. Huzzah very much. I'm looking forward to talking with Intercept Ministries tomorrow.
Okay, me too. If you have questions, you know where to do. We do have a call in line. You can leave a message. We might even play it on the air, 936-647-3776. Today's show is brought to you by Conroe Coffee and Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. We'll see you guys tomorrow at 9 a.m.
on the dot.
And then, so stick around. We got more coming your way on Lone Star Community Radio. We got the ticket stub at noon. And then we have afternoons with Lone Star with your favorite reluctant cowboy, Rick.
Yay.
And so stick around for that. More stuff coming your way on Montgomery County's community radio station.
What's new, pussycat? Whoa, whoa, whoa. What's new, pussycat? Whoa, 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 whoa. pussycat, pussycat, you're so thrilling, and I'm so willing to care for you.